Yeah. So there's this freak, right?
Yep.
He lives in the woods, right? And he eats chipmunks, right?
I don't live like in the woods. I live in a nice secluded house. So I'm coming home from work, and my driveway's like what, 100, 150 feet long.
I've been to your
like
house
that.
3 times.
And you don't know how long my driveway is. You drove up it and drove down it 3 times, so you should know how long it is.
It's dark twice.
And I'm just driving blind. I got no idea how far
I
I'm going.
drive without headlights, so.
There's nothing I can do at that point.
So coming home, there's a big line of pine trees on this side, and I see a hole. I'm like, that's weird. That's a new hole. I haven't seen it before. But, whatever. It's something little done, whatever. I come home the next day, and there's 2.
Sorry.
Oh, great.
All right. It's starting to seem like a problem.
Maybe I missed the first one for a little bit, but now there's 2. I was looking for them. And then, like a week later, there's like 8 of them. I'm like, okay, there's something wrong here. So I call the DNR. I'm like, what could this be?
God, can you imagine fielding that phone call as a
Can
biologist?
Can I, like...
Go to school for like 6 years and you get a call from this guy.
Technically, they're
about holes
causing
in his yard.
damage. Can I... Off-season, what else are they going to do?
Aren't they? What are the seasons on chipmunks? Is it
There
the
isn't-
September?
It's whenever.
Okay.
They're open season all year round.
Okay. But you didn't know it was chipmunks at this point.
So I called. They said, well, it could be chipmunks. I don't. And this has been a little bit ago, so I don't remember what the other things they said. But they said a couple different things. So I said, I'm gonna set out a trap. Is it okay? Like, yeah, as long as it's a live trap, won't kill them. You have to check it once every 24 hours. All the rules that come with trapping. So I set out this little. It's like a quarter-size live trap. It's adorable. So I set it out there, and I come home the next day, and there's a chipmunk in it. I'm like, oh, okay, so it's chipmunk, but I'm gonna have to trap a lot because there's
8 holes.
probably more
there's
than
12
one
holes.
in each
Yeah.
hole, and so I call the DNR back. I go, I caught it, and it's a chipmunk. Has anyone ever asked about anything about eating chipmunk?
They go, okay,
Because
guy.
we
Yeah, like,
we
aw.
always
He goes, who is this? My ex-wife. No, just kidding.
because everything we go for, I
That's
always like to
awesome.
you don't want to waste it. You
Yeah.
eat it. Now you could just let them go, but I thought well,
He's a rat.
I've
yeah.
had
Frog
squirrel.
legs.
I like squirrel, so they can't be that different. So I call the DNR. The lady goes, well, no one's ever asked before.
But help yourself, dirtbag.
I
No, just kidding.
guess, I guess, you know what? I could connect you with disease and,
Oh.
Yeah, just to
whatever,
make sure you're not
just to talk to them. Like,
There's
okay,
half
whatever.
your day.
Like,
So
I'm
they-
pretty sure that's how AIDS was contracted. But yeah, go ahead.
So they transfer me, and I go, hey, has anyone ever talked to you about eating chipmunk? And same thing. Well, no one's ever asked before. But they carry all the same basic diseases that squirrel do, and none of them are really transmissible to people as long as you're, cleaning them properly and not eating like the guts
Brains.
or the
Right.
brains or anything like that. So
You don't let it go. You're like, well, how do I clean it?
Yep.
He's like, I said I don't know.
what
Let it
about the
go.
brains? What
Yeah.
does it taste like? No one's
Guy.
So I said, okay, well, I got, whatever. I'm going to try it. And I took it. I cleaned it. It was adorable. I cleaned it in probably about maybe 45 seconds. It was super easy to clean.
Okay.
I
What
put
part
in,
of it was
what
adorable?
Yeah.
It's just it's a little squirrel.
What's the process of cleaning it?
The exact same as a squirrel. Only it takes like a quarter of the time.
How's
You-
the fur
you-
fur on the meat problem that we deal with squirrels?
Like you have to imagine picking it off, except you don't necessarily have to pick as much off, and it's also only this big, so you only have so much to look at to pick off.
Okay.
It was great.
How'd you kill it?
I would prefer not to say.
You
It's
clubbed
the
it.
most humane way, but we'll get cranky comments about it.
Okay. So he died of
I
natural causes.
did it humanely in the fastest way you possibly can.
As long as you don't tell me you did the put it in a trash can and fill it with water thing.
No.
I'm
I
okay.
hate
No,
that.
I know.
I hate that.
I hate people that think that that's okay.
I did it legally and humanely,
Okay.
but people who aren't well versed won't understand, and they'll be cranky about it.
Got it.
So we're gonna skip it. So I took it. You cut around like a belt, and then just take off the shirt and pants. It just comes off, and then you're left with a little teeny tiny little squirrel.
You gotta cut off the feetsies.
Yep.
In the head.
You cut off the feetsies in the head. You gut it. Again, the entire process took 30, 45 seconds.
Okay.
Which is saying something for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's
I've
what-
cleaned a lot of squirrels.
means 8 seconds for other people.
So
You slow
Um,
moving son.
so I take the chipmunk and I put it in the fridge and I aged it for a day just because whatever.
Would you age it in milk?
No, I just dry aged it.
Racked
Oh,
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put it on a rack, let it sit.
Gotta be
for a bit.
careful. You don't want that meat to crust up on the outside on that thing.
That's all of it.
Yeah.
Then I took it and then I marinated it in Greek dressing for 8 hours, and then I put it on the grill.
Did your girlfriend at any point like open the fridge? You'd be like, "Hey,
To store it, it keeps going.
I told you no dog treats in the
I,
fridge."
So I put it on the grill and I compared it to, you ever seen the movie Shrek?
Oh yeah.
Where he's got those rats on that stick over the campfire.
Yeah.
I skewered it and put it on the grill
Wow.
and cooked it, and it was delicious.
Really?
It was so good.
I wonder what the health facts are on it.
I
Yeah.
caught another one the following day and did the same thing.
Oh my gosh.
This guy's a chipmunk
So-
eater.
So
Selling to the
I,
Asian buffet.
I can see your
sensed-
two front teeth growing already.
so I took the second one and we had something going on, so I had to leave. So I was like, well, I caught this. I don't know what I don't want to.
I can eat it raw.
I don't
No,
wanna-
he
I don't wanna
progressively
just-
gets worse.
No, I did the same thing, but I didn't want to leave it, so I killed it and then put it in a jar and put it in the fridge.
Why? A
And then
jar.
and then I was gone,
Sick freak.
and then my girlfriend comes home, opens up the fridge, and goes,
What the hell?
texts me and goes, what is this in the fridge?
It's for the science
It's-
class.
is a chipmunk in a jar.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
That's a
But
tough one
hon-
to explain.
But
Yeah,
honestly,
you
though,
better have a story
the,
cooked.
the meat is great.
Okay.
What would you
don't
compare it
you
to?
don't get a lot obviously because it's a chipmunk, but what you do get is really good.
What
I
would you
thoroughly
equate it
enjoyed
to? Squirrel.
It's everything you want squirrel to be. It's like if you cook squirrel like perfect. I don't think we've ever
Like veal
done it,
squirrel.
but like it's just so good. It's like really well cooked. You know, chicken when it's not moist, but it's also not dry, and as it comes apart, it just kind of fibers
Yeah.
a little,
Okay.
you know, but it's not stringy. It was like that kind of texture. The Greek dressing was perfect. I didn't like bread it or anything. I just
Yeah.
cooked it, and oh my god, it was good. I lightly charred it on the outside.
Mm.
Oh, it was great.
I'm lightly nervous that you've described it this way to get us all excited,
Yeah.
and then you invite us over to try it,
I
and then it's
I
awful.
put out a trap yesterday and didn't catch one. I was gonna try to bring one, but
Oh,
I
I
you
thought you were
bummed?
like, I caught 10.
Now I want one.
I know.
it was very.
They're not
good.
hard to find.
Something makes me feel sad about eating one of those little guys, though.
My dad had one as a pet when he was young, and he often bit my aunt, and she called him a demon. She hates chipmunks to this day. She calls them little demons.
He had everything as a kid.
Yeah, he had snakes, monkeys, everything.
So we'll do
It's crossbreeding.
we'll do our chipmunk episode at my dad's house across the street and watch your dad from the window going.
Yeah, this is my babe. That's my baby.
It's little Joey.
So yeah, ate chipmunks, and I'm not ashamed. It was delicious. We've eaten crow. That's fine.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.